Hello everyone, it's been a while and
One, two, one, two,
just a little
one.
update and a little conversation as well about something that's happened recently to a friend of mine and kind of your thoughts and feelings on it. But first off, let me say sorry I've been away for so long. I've had a lot going on and been trying to find a bike, which is what I'm riding now, which is finally I managed to find an XL 1000 Varadero and in a price range that suited, well, pretty much everyone to be fair. I got it at a bargain. The chap that owned it hadn't ridden it for 4 years. Unfortunately, witnessed his daughter coming off her bike in an accident while they were out riding. So he just hung up his keys and said that was enough for me. You can't really blame the chap. He tried several times to get back on it but couldn't do it, so decided to stick it up for sale. And I think I saw it within the first 20 minutes of him posting it up, and I was round his house as fast as I could go. Literally, as fast as I could get there, I was there. It had a bit of trouble kind of starting when I was there, just through bad fuel and things like that. But other than that, that was kind of it. And a few wear and tear bits from sitting still, like sprockets and chains, and brakes starting to slightly seize just from being sat still. But a good overhaul and a few bits and bobs on her, and she got her ticket. And I've been riding around now for probably about 2 months, kind of getting used to her. And she's brilliant. I mean, I love this thing. It's just like riding my other little Varadero, which is just that little 125, but just a bigger version of it, which absolutely suits me down to the ground. It's absolutely brilliant, this bike. I'm so glad that I waited to find one, because this bike is just everything I was looking for, and I'm so happy. It's a 2002 carb model, and yes, it's not maybe as smooth as the fuel injected version, but honestly, I think this thing's great. The miles per gallon could be a little bit better, but I'm really enjoying this bike. Just over the last couple of days, I've had a few issues with kind of a misfire or losing a cylinder, but it was more really when it's damp out. And from what I can tell from doing a little bit of research online on the owners groups and things, these things do suffer from coils and plugs and things like that, especially in the damp. So I've ordered new coils, new plugs, and things like that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that should be the end of it. And I got new spark plugs coming from Honda. They should be here either today or tomorrow. It does have Dominator exhaust on the back, the Dominator R's, but my personal opinion, for me, they're just a little bit too loud. I can't really get on with them. So I've ordered some standard exhausts. So these Dominator R's will be up for sale at some point in the next kind of few weeks, maybe a week. But other than that, it's been absolutely brilliant. I love this thing. I looked at a few and they were just kind of the same quality, but just, they wanted maybe 2.5 grand more. I paid £1,000 for this bike, and it's really quite clean. Just a few little niggly things trying to get her back on the road from being sat still, and just things kind of like seizing and things like that. But other than that, she's absolutely brilliant, and I've done a few miles in this thing now, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really glad I kind of waited. I've put the carrier racks on the back for my luggage boxes that match my luggage boxes from my other bike, and I have bought crash bars from the front that I haven't quite fitted yet, simply because when I bought it, it had a blow from the exhaust in the centre part, and if anyone knows anything about these bikes, they're very prone to that gas seal going for the exhaust in the the collector box at the back. And unfortunately, mine was one of them, so I had to take all the exhaust off. And while doing so, one of the exhaust stud bolts kind of snapped off in part of the head. So that was kind of a bit of a task to get that out. I tried all sorts of methods, from having bolts, or nuts, so I say, welded onto the end to undo it, and the weld was just snapping off. It was so tight. In the end, I just said enough, and I cut it flush, and then just drilled it out and tapped in another stud put a helicoil in it and attached it up that way. But other than that, yeah, I know she's like had a few little things, but she's a 23-year-old bike with 30,000 miles on the clock, So I can't really complain for just having those little things go wrong, and just a little bit of a pain in the neck trying to sort them out. But yeah, she's been great. I'm out riding her today just because it's a nice sunnier day, and the last time I rode her she was a bit spluttery and kind of missing a cylinder, like one of the coils wasn't firing. And after reading what I've heard about the damp situations and things like that getting into where the plugs are, I thought now it's a nice sunny day, I'll go out because I need to go somewhere and get a few bits and bobs and just see what she's like. And so far she's actually behaving herself, which kind of really does quite tell me, I think, that it was the damp getting in there and affecting a few bits and bobs like all these guys have said. But I have got new coils, new plugs, new caps coming, so that should sort that problem out and help her run just a little bit smoother. But yeah, she's absolutely brilliant. But getting on to the kind of topic, this will kind of lead on to the topic I want about today. I did go to Superbike Fight. Let's start again with that one. I did go to Superbike Factory and have a look at one, which I did quite like, but it was £2,000 overpriced for what it was, and it no different quality than what this is, and it was a lot of money, even though it wasn't worth it, even if I wasn't a bargain like this one. It was nearly £4,000, and it just wasn't in the same condition that this was in. So I did kind of look at that for a little bit, and I ummed and ahed on it, and I'm kind of glad I didn't go with them now, because I don't know what your feelings are on Superbike Factory. They've got thousands of bikes lined up, and they do sell a lot of bikes, and there's good and mixed reviews on it, but they'd say there's unfortunately more bad than good, and that might just come down to the fact of the sheer amount of number of bikes they sell. Because they sell so many, they get a few more complaints. But after experiencing and being a witness to one of my friends' purchases from there, I'm going to say personally for me, and this might not be for everyone else might have had a good experience, personally for me, I will never ever go and buy a bike from there, not after the problems that he's had. He bought don't get me wrong, very lovely bike, but they said, right, it'd be 4 days to kind of collect it because we need to PDI it and MOT it and things like that. So he's like, absolutely fine, that's fine, thank you so much, it's good to know that you're going to check it over before I get it. What we didn't check at the time was the fact that the bike already had a 12-month MOT before he bought it. The bike was ready to go out the shop, and they still made him wait another 4 days saying it needed an MOT. Then when he checked his online portal, it actually said there was a fault with the rectifier when they'd done a PDI on it. Now, they said to us on the way out, because I went with him obviously to kind of a bit of moral support, even though he doesn't need to know what he's looking at, he knows what he's looking at. They said to us on the way out, every bike that comes out of here has a brand new battery and a 12-month warranty. Sorry, it's not a warranty, a 12-month MOT and a month's warranty. So we're like, oh, okay, fair enough. So he's checking his online portal, and rectifier comes up. Now we're thinking, oh, that might make sense. They put in a brand new battery on it, and they've gone to do a test on it just to make sure it's charging, and found it hasn't charged. It's not charging the battery. Wicked. Brand new rectifier. Great. So eventually, over nearly 2 weeks later, bear in mind they said 4 days, he goes to collect the bike, rides it home, no problems, takes the bike out with his partner, only for a short ride, comes to the bike, battery's flat. Now, they've done a check on the battery, they're supposed to have replaced the battery, done a check on the rectifier, and it's all working. So, could be a faulty battery. Here's what it is, sometimes they come, So he phones up Superbike Factory, listen, the battery on my bike has gone flat, I can't start it, the battery's absolutely dead, it's showing 11 volts, I think, it needs another one, under the warranty, because it's not holding charge. Now, bear in mind, they said to us on the way out the door, we're going to put a brand new battery on this. They said to him, go and buy another battery, and we'll refund you. Now, again, why is he having to buy the battery? So far, he still hasn't had a refund for that battery, and and he's been fighting for it. But they put a brand new battery on it. Surely if they put a new battery on it and charged it, they would want to get that bike back, or even just, you know, do something and not just say, you go buy the battery. I get it. Some garages do say, you buy the parts, we'll refund you. I've had it personally myself, and they always have, except Superbike Factory. They are still yet to issue a refund for that brand new battery that he had to bought. Bear in mind, they said it had a new battery. When we actually took the battery out, that battery was so old, I have no idea how long it's been on there. But remember, it came with a brand new battery. And they put a new rectifier on that as well. Surely you would check the battery state. Anyway, so he puts a new battery on, and while the new battery's on, he gets the multimeter out. Let's just make sure it's charging. It's not even slightly charging. Bear in mind, it said it's just had a new rectifier. So, phones Superbike Factory back up and says, look, the bike's not charging. You've said you put a new rectifier on a new battery. It's not charging. I must be the statter. Can you please collect the bike and sort it out? Sure, we'll collect it in 21 days. Just enough time in that 21 days for the month's warranty it came with to run out. And I'm thinking, come on, this is just not good. So he phones back and says, no, you need to come and collect this bike, you know, or I will bring it down to you and you can sort it out. But I want it doing, because in 21 days my warranty runs out. And I'm sure you're very well at this, because you said exactly 21 days. Anyway, through a lot of fighting and a lot of going on, he still has not been refunded for his battery. They still have not come and done anything to rectify the problem with the bike, and he has been calling daily. You need to sort this out. And they just keep saying to him, yeah, we'll give you a call when we can do it. There is no urgency to get this bike fixed for him. Bear in mind, he's paid good money for this bike. They just don't care. They have fobbed him off and fobbed him off. So enough was enough, and the other day he phoned back up and said, look, I'm done with you, come and get the bike. I want a refund for the bike. You're not doing anything to help me. You've not done any willing to show it. So they said, fine, bring the bike back. It takes 4 days for us to check the bike over, and then however long it takes for a refund to be issued after we've checked the bike over. What are you checking the bike over for? He wants a refund. The bike is not fit for purpose. I'm guessing they're probably going to check it over and try and find faults with the bike that aren't there, or they say was done by him after he purchased it, so they can lower the price on the bike or do something or refuse the refund. Honestly, Superbike Factory, sort your shit out. Because if this is the way you are, and this is how it is all the time, I'm surprised you sell as many bikes as you do. And I think it's just the fact that there's just so many bikes on choice, people just get a little bit overwhelmed and go, oh my god, I want it, I've got to have it. And that's just the way it is. But you need to sort it out, because you are literally causing financial problems and distress to people by your lack of care and your lack of customer support after the sale. During the sale, you are all smiles, you'll do anything to get the sale. After the sale's gone through, you honestly could not care less what happens to your customers. And a few people I've spoken to that have been there, and a few other customers that they've had, all say the same thing. Your after sales might as well just not be there, because as soon as there's a problem, you don't care. It's the customer's problem, even though you've issued them with a warranty. You just don't care at all. And honestly guys, it's shocking. You really need to sort it out. If you want to keep customers, loyal customers, and my friend would be a loyal customer, like he's bought bikes from other places where they've really taken care of him, and he will speak very highly of them. He knows quite a lot of people in this area, a lot of bikers, and just generally, you know, he will do good things for your business, send other people there. But I guarantee you one thing, you won't get any customers from around my area where I live now. And there's a lot of bikers in this end of the country, because it is biking country down here. So good luck to you. but you need to sort your stuff out. And if you've got any bones at all, I hope that you phone up my friend and do something for him, even if you offer to pay for the part for the starter he's just had to buy, because you are still refusing to offer him any kind of help. So he's having to buy stuff under warranty, which you are not refunding because you cannot honour your after sales. Shame on you, Superbike Factory. You know, he's a family man, doesn't have a great deal of money to spare, but loves his bikes, was willing to put his trust in you, and you completely failed the man. And in so, you failed every other biker that he knows and we know. So, I don't know what any of you guys feel about Superbike Factory or any other experiences you have with them, but it'd be interesting to hear, you know, because I know there are some really good experiences, and you know, I've read from other people how good the after sales was and things like this. So I'm not saying it's every single branch, but I know in particular the branch that he went to did have a slightly controversial, shall we say, reputation, which is such a shame. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the video. I'm going to try and get some more out as much as I can. I've got a few little bits and bobs to do to this. Hopefully I can get it done soon, but she seems to be kind of running okay today, so I'm guessing it's a bit of damp going through the system. But till next time guys, take care, and I'll see you soon.